Video 3.
So, okay, let's do something that is very similar to us. Our first location is, you'll never guess, a studio.
First 3 days out of our 7-day schedule of filming are going to be shot in the studio.
Excellent.
Yes.
So, what do we need from a studio? Except that it's cheap. Our plan is to do projections.
Yeah.
Back projections or front projections. We haven't figured that part out yet.
Yes, and it has to have a lot of space so that you could film a car and put a huge screen behind it and project stuff on it. So it
Absolutely.
needs to be, very spacious. And we managed to find a studio with pretty much everything we needed. It has a huge wide screen for projections, it has a garage door for the car, and it also had a green screen that we can use for filming some additional stuff. Next location on our list is the hallways of NASA. And when you think about the hallways in such an institution, you immediately think about corporate, very modernistic, long hallways, right? Yes. So we thought, where can we find these things in Zagreb? And we thought about
faculties.
That's the word I was looking for.
Yeah.
Colleges, yeah. So here are some pictures. This is a faculty of philosophy. I'm not sure how to call it in English. And it has these marble columns, and glass windows, huge, big glass windows. And you can imagine a couple of flags outside.
And there are gonna be a couple of characters walking, passing the camera by, and they have to look important. This whole space needs to give you this sort of respect, this corporate dignity.
Dignity.
And it needs to frighten you a little bit, right? Because it's the system, it represents the system.
I'm just thinking now, there's a problem with these AC units, they're probably not period accurate and stuff like that.
So that's why we're not using this location.
So we found another one. But you never know, we might come back to this one.
It's an option B, actually.
This is an option B. Option A, this is the building from the outside.
It looks beautiful.
It's a little bit deteriorated, like most of the buildings from this era, from the 60s, unfortunately.
But the interior looks actually really nice.
So you can see the very, very similar windows. Whenever we come to a location, Dino immediately, films some shots that he has in his mind. But this is what we really liked. This is the staircase in this building, and this is Suki who is walking down the stairs. So this is very, very similar to these American mid-century architecture designs, with these huge panels of glass and very minimalist lines. So I think this can pass for NASA, for example.
And when you're doing black and white photography, it's always nice to have darker surfaces and lighter surfaces. So they're in nice contrast. And as you see here, the staircase is dark.
Yeah,
the walls are white, which is nice. Also, we're using this location for only half the day, in the first part of the day, which means that the sun is giving us nice silhouettes, and which means we're gonna save money on light.
Yeah.
And we're just gonna use natural sunlight.
For each location, you have to, send letters to the people who run them.
It's great, and it's actually really expensive. They're looking for, $500 for an hour.
5 hours times 500.
Yeah.
$2,500 just to come here, right? So since the movie is about urinal nets and urinals and stuff like that, we need a huge men's room.
Absolutely. And the thing is, we need urinals on both sides.
Yeah. And even that, both sides with urinals, that's so rare.
It's complicated.
If you come to a bar, to any place, to have a leak, there's, only 5, for example, urinals on one wall. That's it, right? How do you find, a symmetrical place? So we thought of sports arenas.
Home of sports.
Home of sports.
And they have a beautiful men's room, which they actually aren't using for the last, 10 years.
And this is the shot that we actually like very much. I really like the ceiling here, almost brutalist design.
Our characters are gonna be dressed in black, so we're gonna have a nice contrast to these white tiles. And we're gonna make pools of light. Every few meters you will have one light source. So light, dark, and we're gonna have depth because of that.
So this is a dolly shot that we will also use.
He walks, he needs to pee, he's in a hurry, but he notices something. He stops, turns, and what does he see? He sees a urinal net.
And this was actually, by pure chance, there was one urinal net in this toilet. We didn't place this.
Yeah, this wasn't placed. So this wasn't planned.
This was a miracle, right?
Yeah.
So this is the shot, for example, that you're probably going to see in the final film as well. And the last and biggest location that we need is the NASA facility itself, right? Not only the corridors, all the rooms inside, right? And one fantastic location that we found, it's like a memorial home in a small village called Kumrovec. I found the picture of the model, how it was supposed to look from outside. This is like a miniature they did. I mean, look at this. It's like a spaceship that landed, right? And this is how it looks from the outside. It was built for the president of the country that in that year.
Ex-Yugoslavia, yes.
It had like a couple of countries united in it, and Croatia was one of them. It has these ties with the past regime, so it completely fell apart. Nobody, you know, wants to do anything with it.
Nobody invests in it anymore.
So yeah, it's like a two-edged sword, because one thing is it looks like crap, you know, in some places, but the other thing is we can actually shoot there.
We use it for 3 different micro locations. First location is the one of the press conference with Neil Armstrong, and this is the cinema. So we're gonna put a table
down there in the middle.
Down there in the middle.
I don't know how many people can sit here, but we're definitely not going to have as many extras as we need. We're just gonna have probably like 20 extras, and we're gonna move them all over the place. But yeah, it's like it has these wooden panels all over the place, and it's very
expensive.
It looks expensive, yeah.
Yeah. Obviously, after the press conference, there's gonna be a little party, a little gathering.
Yeah.
We're gonna have a jazz quartet. There's gonna be lots of champagne, cigars.
He's talking about the scene in the film, not about the real party.
And we'll just use the outside space,
it's
the lobby.
Main hall.
Yeah, the main hall in front of the cinema.
Yeah.
It looks really nice.
I'm in love with this. Look at these stairs, the ceiling.
The ceiling
is amazing.
The third location inside of the Memorial Center is standing in for a place in the script which says bar. It's an executive lounge, so it must not look like an ordinary pub. It needs to look more fancy.
Here you can see how the chairs are in a very poor state, so we're probably gonna have to put something over them. So this is the shot where we again stood in, you know, as the actors, and you can see there's nothing behind it, but we're gonna put a couple of chairs and tables, and people are gonna be like 15 extras behind, and you know, it's gonna look like a full bar.
Decorate the bar and put different drinks on it.
Oh, don't you just love this? Look at this.
Yeah, the stairs.
The stairs are amazing. And there are also 2 small scenes which we decided to film at the same place because it's practical. And one scene is set in a courtroom, so we have 3 judges on one side of the room, behind a big desk. And on the opposite side is an accused man sitting in a small chair. And even though on camera it will look like they are both in the same room, it's actually on 2 separate floors. And the second scene is set in a men's room. And they didn't have an appropriate men's room here, but they did have a pool. So we found a nice clean wall full of tiles, and we tried to figure out if we could film everything towards the same wall and just move around the urinals, which we will have to, of course, you know, put on the wall, and it seemed like it's doable, so we'll see. So yeah, those are all the locations that we need for the film.
Yeah.
And
we're pretty satisfied, actually.
Yeah. We're very happy with the locations. We think it's gonna look original and unique.
And except for the college, all these locations are quite affordable.
Yeah. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next production diary. Bye bye.